English Bloom, the podcast. Picture this. It's Monday morning. You sit down at your desk or open your laptop for class, and someone smiles and says, "So, how was your weekend?" And suddenly, your brain goes empty. You had a weekend. You did things. You watched something, ate something, maybe went out. But in English, it comes out as, it was fine. If that sounds like you, stay with us. Today, we're going to fix that.
Yeah, I love that image, Olivia. Hi, everyone. I'm Liam. And honestly, you're not alone. Most of the students I teach panic at that exact question. They feel like they need a perfect answer, so they say almost nothing. We're going to change that today, step by step.
Welcome to English Bloom, the podcast, the place where real conversations build real fluency. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Liam. We're not here to give you grammar tests. We're here to help you live in English, one real-life question at a time. If you want English to feel more natural in your daily life, hit subscribe and grow with us.
Before we jump in, quick thing. If you want to feel more comfortable in everyday English conversations, type weekend in the comments. We read your messages, and it helps us make episodes for you.
Okay, promise time. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to say when someone asks, "So, how was your weekend?" You'll be able to speak a little longer without pausing every second, avoid one-word replies, tell a simple mini-story, and keep the chat going with easy follow-up questions.
And you don't need a huge vocabulary. You just need a simple structure and a few power phrases. We'll give you both. So let's start with why weekend conversations matter more than you might think.
Small talk like this is everywhere. At the office, in class, in online meetings, with neighbors, with friends. It's neutral, safe, and it's often how relationships start. People use this small talk to connect. If you can answer those questions easily, your English starts to feel like part of you.
Here's something I really believe. Small conversations build big fluency. We often think we need deep topics to practice English, but real life is mostly short, everyday moments. How was your weekend? How's your day? Getting good at these makes you more comfortable all the time.
Right. And I'll add, a good small talk answer doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be clear, friendly, and a little specific. Today, we'll give you a conversation map. Not grammar, but a simple formula you can use every week.
Our main tool is a simple conversation formula. Start, detail, feeling, extra info, return question. Think of it as a quick map that helps your brain put words together fast. We'll explain each step and give lots of examples you can copy.
Okay, let's break it down. Step 1, start. One simple sentence that answers the question. It was pretty good, or it was actually really busy. Short and natural.
Step 2, detail. Add one specific thing you did. Keep it short. I visited my parents. I watched a new movie. I stayed home and cleaned. That one detail makes your answer sound authentic.
Step 3, feeling. Add how you felt about it. It felt nice to slow down. It was a bit stressful. I'm a little tired now. That feeling gives your answer personality.
Step 4, extra info. One more short detail, like when, who, or why. I hadn't seen them in months. I went with some friends from work. I've been wanting to clean for weeks. Keep it very simple.
Step 5, return question. Give the question back. How about you? And how was your weekend? What about you? Did you do anything fun? This keeps the conversation alive. Share a little, then ask back.
All right, let's show the whole formula in action so you can hear how it flows. Example, it was pretty relaxing. I stayed home and watched a couple of movies. It felt good to just switch off for a bit. I've been so busy lately, so I really needed that. How about you? What did you get up to?
That's the idea. You don't need long speeches. Even 4 or 5 short sentences like that are already great conversation. Now, let's look at natural ways to start your answer, things that don't sound robotic.
Yes, a lot of learners open with one-word answers or the same phrases every time. Let's give you a list of easy starters. You can use different ones depending on what you want to say.
Starter Group 1, Weekend Summary. Examples. It was pretty good. It was actually really nice. It was okay, nothing crazy. It was kind of busy actually. Short, honest.
Starter Group 2, what you mostly did. I mostly stayed at home. I mostly just relaxed and watched TV. I mostly worked on some personal projects. Good for summarizing quickly.
Starter Group 3, Where you went. I went out of town. I went to the beach. I went to see some friends. These give a quick location that invites a follow-up.
Group 4, who you spent time with. I spent time with my family. I hung out with some friends from college. I visited my grandparents. People like hearing about other people.
And Group 5, Honest, neutral answers. It was pretty quiet. Nothing special, but it was nice. Honestly, I just rested. These are perfectly fine, but we'll show you how to make them better with one extra detail.
Okay, time for some real-life response training. We're going to give multiple weekend scenarios. Pick the one that fits your life and practice. First scenario, staying home.
Staying home. Basic answer. It was pretty quiet. I mostly stayed at home. I cleaned a bit, did some laundry, and watched a show on Netflix. It was actually really nice to slow down. I've been feeling a bit tired lately, so I needed a simple weekend. How about you?
Another staying home version? Honestly, nothing special. I just stayed in, cooked some simple food, and played some games on my phone. It was pretty relaxing, actually. I didn't feel like going out. How was your weekend? Simple, right?
Scenario 2, going out with friends. Example, it was fun. I went out with a couple of friends on Saturday night. We tried a new bar in the city and listened to live music. It was loud, but the energy was great. I was so tired on Sunday, though. What about you?
Another friend's example. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I met up with some old friends from high school. We had dinner together and just talked for hours. It felt really good to catch up with them. How was your weekend?
Scenario 3, watching movies or TV. Pretty relaxing. I stayed home and watched a few movies. I finally watched that superhero movie everyone's been talking about. It was better than I expected. How about your weekend? Simple and personal.
Or, it was nice. I binged a new series on Netflix. I watched like 6 episodes in a row. Probably too many, but it was fun. What did you do? These make you relatable.
Scenario 4, studying or working. Honestly, it was a bit busy. I spent most of the weekend studying for an exam. I went to a cafe and tried to focus. It was stressful, but I feel more prepared now. How was your weekend?
Alternate. It was okay. I worked on a project for most of Saturday. On Sunday, I took a break and went for a walk. I needed some fresh air. What about you?
Scenario 5, traveling, short trip. It was great, actually. I went on a short trip to the mountains. I went hiking with a friend, and the views were amazing. It was only 2 days, but it felt like a real break. How was your weekend?
Another. Really nice. I visited another city nearby. I walked around, tried some local food, and took a lot of photos. It was tiring, but in a good way. How about you? These travel answers often open fun conversations.
Scenario 6. Trying new food or restaurant. It was pretty good. I tried a new Korean restaurant with my sister. The food was so good, especially the barbecue. It was a bit spicy, but I loved it. What did you get up to? Yum.
And nice, actually. I finally went to that little cafe on the corner. I've been meaning to try it. Their coffee was great, and the atmosphere was really cozy. How was your weekend? Small details like food and coffee are great conversation starters.
Scenario 7. Resting and self-care. Very relaxing. I slept in, did a face mask, read a little, just slow things. It was exactly what I needed. And you, how was your weekend? That's short, man, honest.
Another rest version. It was calm. I didn't go out. I took time for myself, listened to music, and went for a long walk. I feel more refreshed now. What about you? These responses show you're comfortable talking about yourself.
Okay, now we want to teach you one of the most useful habits. Add one detail. This is how you go from weak to strong answers.
Let's define weak answers. Good. It was fine. Not bad. Nothing special. These stop the conversation. They don't reveal personality. We want to avoid them.
Now, weak versus strong, side by side. Weak, it was good. Strong, it was good. I went to the park with a friend and we had a picnic. You added one detail, went to the park with a friend, and suddenly the answer invites more.
Another, weak, nothing special. Strong, nothing special, but I did try a new pasta recipe at home. Weak stops. Strong opens a doorway. That's the power of one detail.
So here's the rule. Never stop at one word. Always add at least one detail. Even a short extra sentence changes everything. Make that your habit.
Let's do a story building section. We'll take a simple event and expand it into a short, clear story you can use. Take, I went to the beach. We'll add when, who, what, feeling, and one small extra.
I went to the beach. We'll add when, who, what, feeling, and one small extra.
You don't need advanced vocabulary. Words like nice, good, fun, relaxing, busy, tired are perfect. A clear story in simple English is more impressive than a messy story with big words.
Let's give a couple more short story examples you can copy. Studying weekend. It was okay. I spent most of the weekend studying for my English test. On Saturday, I went to a cafe and studied for a few hours. On Sunday, I reviewed everything at home. It was a bit stressful, but now I feel more confident. What about you?
Family visit. It was really good. I visited my parents on Sunday. We had lunch together and talked for a long time. I don't see them often, so it was special. I came back home late, but I was happy. How was your weekend?
Now we'll teach power phrases, little expressions that make your answers smooth. If you remember only two, remember I mostly and I ended up. Those two will help you in almost any answer.
I mostly. Use it to summarize what you spent most of your time doing. Example, I mostly stayed at home and relaxed. Or I mostly studied and tried to catch up on work.
Phrase 2. I ended up. Use it when plans change or something happens unexpectedly. I ended up going to a concert. I ended up staying in and ordering pizza. Great for telling a short story.
Phrase 3. It was pretty relaxing. Nice for a feeling summary. It was pretty relaxing. I just read a book and went for a walk. Phrase 4. Nothing special, but good when your weekend was normal, but you still have one detail to share.
Phrase 5. I finally had time to Use this when you did something you'd been wanting to do. I finally had time to clean my room. I finally had time to start that book. It shows intention and satisfaction.
Phrase 6. I've been meaning to. Great for things you planned for a long time. I've been meaning to visit that cafe, or I've been meaning to call my friend. It sounds natural and warm.
If you only remember two phrases, use I mostly and I ended up. They make you sound natural and give you a clear path to add a detail.
Next, follow-up question training. Fluent speakers almost always return the question. It shows interest and keeps conversations going. Simple lines to use: how about you? And how was your weekend? What about you? Did you do anything fine?
Mini dialogue example. A. So, how was your weekend? B. It was pretty relaxing. I mostly stayed at home and watched movies. How about you? That's all you need. Share a little, then ask back.
Another. A. How was your weekend? B. It was good. I visited my parents on Sunday. And how was your weekend? Short, polite, and friendly. Make it a habit. Share, then ask.
All right, let's do an active practice moment. We want you to speak out loud. If you're in public, you can answer in your head, but speaking out loud is best. Ready? I'll ask the question and leave a long pause for you to answer.
Question: what did you do last weekend? Try to answer with at least 2 sentences. Use one of the phrases we taught. I mostly, I ended up, it was pretty relaxing, nothing special, but I finally had time to, or I've been meaning to. Then add a follow-up question, like, how about you? Or what about you? Okay, answer now.
If you answered out loud, great. If you paused or felt stuck, that's normal. Now listen to 3 model answers so you can compare.
It was pretty relaxing. I mostly stayed at home and watched some YouTube videos. How about you? Nothing special, but I finally had time to clean my room and do some laundry. It felt good to get it done. And how was your weekend? It was good. I ended up going to the mall with a friend. We didn't buy much, but it was fun to walk around. What about you?
If your answer was short, that's okay. Replay this part and try again. Practice builds speed. The goal is to make this structure automatic. Start, detail, feeling, extra, return question.
Let's do a short, weak versus strong quick drill. I'll say the weak answer. Liam will show the strong version. Ready?
Ready. Weak. It was good. Strong. It was good. I went to a small concert on Saturday, and it was a lot of fun. How about you?
Weak. Nothing special. Strong. Nothing special, but I cooked a new recipe on Sunday. It turned out great. How about your weekend? These are small moves, but they make a huge difference.
Okay, confidence shift. Fluency grows when you learn to talk about your real life, your weekend, your day, your family, your plans. When English connects to those things, it becomes part of you.
Mistakes are normal. People remember your energy and your story more than your grammar. If your English isn't perfect, that's okay. The goal is connection, not perfection. Say what you did, even imperfectly, and you'll grow.
Now, let's imagine a future moment. Picture next Monday. Someone asks, "So, how was your weekend?" You take a breath, a few words come to mind, and you say, "It was pretty relaxing. I mostly stayed at home and watched a few movies. I finally had time to rest. How about you?" Notice how calm that feels. That's what we want for you.
When you know what to say, the brain doesn't panic. You feel more relaxed and more social. That's a big win. Small questions, big confidence.
Micro challenge time. This is a tiny, concrete assignment you can do right away. Next time someone asks about your weekend, answer in 3 sentences. Sentence 1, a simple start. Sentence 2, one detail. Sentence 3, how you felt or a little extra info.
Example: It was good. I went out for dinner with my cousin. It was nice to spend some time together.
If you want to level up, after those 3 sentences, add the return question. Instant conversation builder.
Let's practice the 3-sentence challenge together. I'll say the first sentence, Liam will add the detail, and I'll add the feeling. Then we'll ask you to repeat it aloud.
Okay. Sentence 1, start. It was good. Sentence 2, detail. I went to a small art gallery on Saturday. Sentence 3, feeling. It was inspiring. I loved seeing something different. How about you? Now you try. Say a 3-sentence answer out loud.
Great! If you did that, well done. If not, replay and practice. Small repeats build your conversation brain, the part of you that answers small questions without thinking too much.
Series continuity. This episode is one part of a longer journey. Every episode trains your conversation brain with real topics. Your weekend, your day, your plans, your memories, your opinions. The more you practice everyday topics, the more natural you'll sound in any conversation.
We'll keep returning to these small moments and slowly add new tools, like how to answer, "What are your plans for the weekend?" or "What do you usually do on weekends?" But today, focus on this week's challenge.
Before we wrap, a few quick tips you can use immediately. Tip 1, use a connector. Words like so, actually, but make your answer flow. Example, it was good. Actually, I went to a festival on Saturday.
Tip 2, keep your verbs simple and present tense. Past simple is usually fine. Went, watched, visited, cooked. You don't need complicated tenses for weekend small talk.
Tip 3, use sensory or short descriptive words if you can. Tasty, cozy, loud, peaceful. These small adjectives add color without requiring advanced vocabulary.
Tip 4, if you feel stuck, use the fallback. It was pretty relaxing. I mostly stayed home and caught up on some rest. It's honest and easy to say.
Tip 5, if someone asks a follow-up question you don't understand, it's okay to ask them to repeat or simplify. Sorry, can you say that again? Or, do you mean? People are usually happy to help.
All right, last practice moment before we close. This time, say your answer out loud in front of a mirror or record yourself on your phone. Try the 3-sentence structure: start, detail, feeling, return question. Ready?
If you recorded it, play it back. Notice your speed and clarity. If you stumbled, that's good. It means you're learning. Try it again and you'll notice improvement quickly.
Okay, almost there. Final motivational reminder. You're not memorizing English. You're learning how to live in it. Every simple question you answer is a step toward feeling at home in English.
Every time you answer, "How was your weekend?" you practice being social in English. That practice builds confidence more than any single vocabulary list can.
Now, the last call to action. In the comments, tell us about your last weekend in 2 or 3 sentences. Try to use one of the power phrases, like "I mostly" or "I finally had time to." We'll read some of your answers in the next episode.
If this episode helped you feel a little more confident, hit subscribe, give it a like, and share it with a friend who's also learning English. It really helps us keep making practical episodes for you.
One final short guided image. It's Monday morning next week. Someone asks, "So, how was your weekend?" You breathe and say, "It was pretty relaxing. I mostly stayed at home and watched a couple of movies. I finally had time to rest. How about you?" Notice how relaxed you feel just imagining it.
Yes, that feeling is real. It comes from practice. Keep practicing, keep sharing, keep blooming. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Take care, keep blooming in English, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. And remember, next Monday, try the 3-sentence challenge. You've got this.